Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a quick review for you of this Primark foundation. It is the Natural Luminous Serum Foundation Medium Buildable Coverage, enriched with, get this, Diamond Complex. It also claims to be long wear. It is vegan friendly. The shade that I've got is 152 Neutral, and I'm going to show you putting this on my face right now. I had no idea what to expect. In my mind, it's been a while since I tested this on the back of my hand. In my mind, it was going to be a thicker formula, but I put it on my hand, I put it straight onto my face and was like, wow. Okay, this is really, really thin and smooth. It's got that slightly oily feeling, so it's that kind of like silicone, smooths over everything kind of vibe. And it just wasn't what I was expecting at all, and it was a dream to apply to my face with my fingertips. So part of me thought, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm not even going to use a sponge or a brush for the other half, but I wanted to see. When I applied the foundation with a sponge, it was fine. It was harder work. What I think probably this would be optimum for me anyway, would be I would put the whole thing on with my fingertips and then I'd go back over with a sponge just to kind of perfect the finish, make sure that I've got in all of those little nooks and crannies around my nose. I struggle with my fingers when I've got long nails on like this that need to be desperately redone. But when I get into like the little corners, like around my eyes, that kind of thing, a sponge is nice. So I would do all over with my hands and then just perfect with a sponge. It definitely feels lightweight. I felt like it was a little bit buildable, but really it's going to be kind of light to medium absolute max coverage, which is great for me. This is exactly what I like. You can see your skin through it. It feels very natural and it looks very natural. It's very skin-like. But it just kind of be mindful, this is not going to be for everyone. If you like a lot of coverage or really much coverage at all, it might not be for you. This is just kind of like skin perfecting for me. Right, so it is 9:20 AM and I am going to come back to you in a few hours and let you know how I'm getting on. It's 3 o'clock. I have been sitting at a desk most of the day, but also I went out to the shop and wore a mask for a little while. It's very, very humid today. So it's a pretty good day to test. Sometimes I can't see entirely how well it's worn until I come to actually look at this in editing, because it's a very small screen. But when I look at it on a bigger screen, I see things that I don't even see in the mirror. This, I think, is like from my hair. My hair has created a little curl there. So it's obviously sitting on the skin. It's not going to set. It can be moved around. I don't have tissue to hand, so I'm going to use a piece of paper to just test whether or not it transfers. I mean, I think I know the answer. That would be yes. It's no good for oil control, but it still looks very natural. It still looks skin-like. I don't feel, although we've got that thing going on up there, I don't feel like it's settled too badly into kind of lines around my nose, that kind of thing. I mean, maybe a little, but not, you know, I've seen much, much worse. And if I was to look in the mirror in the middle of the day and this is what I was looking at, I would be happy. Now at this point, if I was going to touch up, if I was going to do anything at all, I probably would just take the sponge that I'd applied my foundation with first thing this morning and just kind of go back around. I'm not necessarily adding anything, but you know, like what had happened up there, it just smooths everything out, refreshes a little bit, maybe it absorbs some of the oil. Anyway, I'm happy with this today, but I want to give it another go tomorrow. I really want to try it with the sponge, try the whole buildable thing. Let's see how much coverage we can actually get from this, and we'll give it a second go around the block. Second day test, I did put on the PS Vit Fix that I got from Primark recently before I applied it today, because yesterday I had on a heavier cream and I just thought it would be interesting. Today I would do kind of like a lighter priming mist and see whether or not I thought that made any difference. I also applied another layer of the foundation just to see how buildable it actually was and how it would all sit. I think it layers quite nicely. And it still looks quite natural, but obviously it is heavier, the finish that I've got today. I thought it would be useful for those of you who do wear foundation heavier than I do. I'm very aware that most of my foundation reviews are like, this is very light, but most of that is my application because that's my preference. So I thought I'd go a little bit heavier. Just to bring you in, to show you how it's wearing. It's been 4 hours since I applied it. It is settling a little bit around my eyes, in the fine lines, like around my nose, my pores, that kind of thing. What is this? I have on a cream blush. I just put a little bit of cream blush on yesterday, just a smidge, because I'm also doing a cream blush review. Watch this space. But I think that had like migrated a little because there was a touch of coral just there. But overall, 4 hours in, I think this looks nice. I like the dewy finish now. There's no powder. I didn't set it with anything. what I wanted 5 years ago is very different to what I want now. And now this kind of shine and the oiliness doesn't really bother me. But I would say that if you are someone who is very oily and very conscious of that and you like to be matte, I don't know if this is going to be the one for you because it doesn't seem to have anything in the way of oil control. It's been about 8 hours and there are some issues. You can see here and here I've obviously smudged it. And it doesn't set on the skin, as I said yesterday, so you can move it around. Also underneath my eyes, it's settled in a less attractive way. But for the most part, I think it looks pretty good still. It does just mean that it would be the kind of foundation that I would be checking on a little bit more regularly, just because it kind of does move around on the skin. If you're going to wear it light like I did yesterday, I think you'll be fine. It's just if you are going to want to layer it and you are going to want to build it to more of a medium coverage, you're going to need to know that it's not going to be budge proof. But then maybe you're not a face toucher like me. Definitely one I'm going to reach for again. Really, really lovely in terms of application and how it feels on the skin. I right now don't feel like I'm wearing any makeup at all. It's incredible. And I've got a decent amount of coverage, which is kind of crazy. But there were the issues I pointed out as we went, so I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Just purely because I like the finish of this. I like something lightweight. But if you're looking for something really hardcore, it's going to be way down there for you. I think if you like a lightweight finish, and you don't need anything like super high coverage, then you would wear it sparingly, and as it wears it's not going to be quite so much of an issue that it moves around on the skin, but it does feel really, really nice, plus really affordable. So I hope this was useful for those of you who were wondering how it wore. Don't forget to subscribe for more budget beauty, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.